Guys, this is Mr. Joshy J, and this is your review to the Formula 1 Hungarian Grand Prix. Yep, it's a good Grand Prix, quite an eventful race, well, especially at the start, because Max Verstappen ended up crashing his Red Bull before the race started. But his Red Bull mechanics were able to get the car repaired with 20 seconds to spare. That's unbelievable. What a team effort by Red Bull. Because Max Verstappen was on the grid. Bottas was second. Hamilton was first on the grid. Bottas second. Mercedes 1 and 2. At the start, the race got underway and Hamilton got off the line very well. Actually, Bottas lost a few positions because looked like he jumped the starts because his car went into anti-stall, but he escaped a penalty, so that was a relief for him. Yep, at the start, everyone got off cleanly. The two Haas cars made a perfect call on strategy. They went on to the dry tyres, and both the Haases were running in third and fourth. Kevin Magnussen ended up finishing ninth, and Roman Grosjean dropped down the order. Ferrari had a bit of a decent qualifying, a more decent one, 5th and 6th on the grid. No contact between Vettel and Leclerc this time, thank goodness, so Ferrari ended up getting crucial mileage what they needed, but boy oh boy, that car is still massively off the pace, it really is. The only retirement of the race was Pierre Gasly, where his Honda power units went up in smoke from the AlphaTauri. Not a great weekend for Pierre Gasly, very unlucky for him. Hamilton, about 3 or 4 laps into Grand Prix, was 6 or 7 seconds ahead already. Putting away, it looks comfortable, but Lewis was reporting that there was something wrong with the engine, but it survived and Hamilton took a dominant victory, which is absolutely fantastic. The pink Mercedes started 3rd and 4th on the grid. They dropped down the order a bit because they were on the wrong tyres, but still, been a very good weekend by the pink Mercedes racing points. But Max Verstappen finished second in the race, so split the two Mercedes, so good points for Red Bull. But looks like Mercedes have won the Constructors' Championship already. Yep, great racing going on between Lando Norris and Charles Leclerc. Charles Leclerc, because he was on the wrong tyres, was almost causing a train. Yet, whereas Ferrari had no pace, he was causing a train behind him. But McLaren had a bit of a disastrous pit stop. Carlos Sainz dropped down the order. Vettel's pit stop did not go smoothly also, but decent weekend from Vettel. He needed it. He ended up finishing P6, but the Ferrari was lapped by the Mercedes. Yes, the car, last year's Ferrari was Mercedes' closest challengers for most of the season, and 12 months later it is being lapped by the Mercedes. How the Scuderia have fallen is unbelievable. It really is. Alfa Romeo at the moment are potentially the most slowest car on the grid. They are shocking, Alfa Romeo, with that Ferrari power unit. So slow, and it's a miracle Kevin Magnussen ended up finishing P9, but because of her time penalty, he actually finished 10th. But still, Haas get a point, which could be crucial for them. George Russell and the Williams, fantastic in qualifying. Actually, Williams, a better weekend to them, because both of them got into Q2 for the first time since Monza 2018, which is absolutely fantastic for the Williams team. They needed that, but race pace, George Russell, good in qualifying, but nowhere in the race, unfortunately. Lando Norris had a disappointing race, ended up finishing P14, which is not great for Lando Norris. But still, McLaren are a lot better than they used to be. It was just chaos at the start with the changeable conditions, but the drivers handled it well. And as I said, Pierre Gasly was the only retirement in the AlphaTauri. Hamilton got the fastest lap of the race, so he gains a bonus championship point. He collected all 26 points. And now he's 6 points ahead of Valtteri Bottas in the Mercedes championship. Yep, Mercedes miles ahead already. Their car is just looking an absolute monster. Well above anyone else. At the moment, it's just a two-way battle for the Drivers' Championship. Hamilton and Bottas. Because that W11, I think it is unbelievable. That black Mercedes is on fire. Yep. Lewis Hamilton, before the race started, took the knee, and so did a lot of other drivers. So that was very interesting. Hamilton, at the end of the race, very critical in the Black Lives Matter campaign. He believes F1 needs to do more, which I kind of agree they do. So Lewis Hamilton, I completely agree with what he said in his post-race interview. Brilliant there by Lewis Hamilton. Yep, so Mercedes dominates. Alfa Romeo, poor. Right, let's get on to the driver ratings in no particular order, but I'm going to start off with Lewis Hamilton, 10 out of 10. Perfect weekend for him. Had that race under control, start to finish, and that qualifying lap was unbelievable what he did. Sebastian Vettel in the Ferrari, 7, needed that weekend to be decent, and it was. Charles Leclerc in the Ferrari, 5, well off the pace, on the wrong tyres. Again, not a great weekend for Charles Leclerc, but at least he got to the second leg, at least he got to the checkered flag. I'm trying to say. But anyway, Red Bull, Max Verstappen, 8 out of 10, second. Had that crash before the race, but did very well to finish in the race in P2. So Verstappen gets an 8. Alex Albon, 4 out of 10. Poor weekend for Alex Albon. Absolutely nowhere in qualifying and just, not great for Alex Albon. Really got to sort himself out. Otherwise, they're going to lose their patience, Red Bull. They're not very patient, their drivers. Right, racing points. Sergio Perez, 6 out of 10. Decent weekends for him. Lance Stroll, 6 out of 10. Decent weekends for him. Renault, Daniel Ricciardo, 6 out of 10. Decent race for him. Esteban Ocon, 6 out of 10. Yep, decent race for Ocon for Renault. AlphaTauri, Pierre Gasly, 6 out of 10. I'm giving him a 6 because retired from the race because of that engine failure. Danny Kvyat, 5 out of 10. Not the best weekends for him in the AlphaTauri. McLaren, Lando Norris, 6 out of 10. Decent qualifying, but really struggled in the race. Carlos Sainz, 7 out of 10. Decent performance by him. Yep. Haas, Kevin Magnussen, 9 out of 10. My driver of the day. How he got that Haas to finish in P9. Roman Grosjean, 2 out of 10. He could have finished high in the points, but was dropping down the order because he was on the wrong tyres, Roman Grosjean. Shocking by Roman Grosjean in the Haas. Right, Alfa Romeo, Kimi Raikkonen, 4 out of 10. Not a great weekend for him. Finished P20. Shocking weekend for Kimi Raikkonen. Really was. Yep. Antonio Giovinazzi, 4 out of 10. Again, that Alfa Romeo is just so slow. Really is so slow. They got big problems, Alfa Romeo, in that Ferrari power unit. And last but not least, Williams, George Russell, 4 out of 10. Good qualifying, but very disappointing in the race. Nicholas Latifi, 1 out of 10. Decent weekends in the race. He was lapped about 3 or 4 times and spanned the car a couple times, so not a good weekend for Nicholas Latifi. Right, team ratings. Mercedes, 10 out of 10. Dominated the weekend. Red Bull, 9 out of 10. I'm giving them a 9 because how fast they repaired Max Verstappen's car. Ferrari, 5 out of 10. Decent in qualifying, but race pace, poor. Absolutely poor by the Scuderia Ferrari. Shocking. McLaren, 5 out of 10. Average race weekend for them. Renault, 6 out of 10. An okay weekend for them. AlphaTauri, 6 out of 10. Good weekend for them. Haas, I'll give a 6 out of 10. Really good points to Kevin Magnussen. Racing points. The pink Mercedes, 8 out of 10. Brilliant in qualifying. And their car looks decent in the race as well. Yep. If it's a dry race, I think racing points would have been very high up. But, you know, just is a bit of a wet race, so change all conditions, mixed it up a bit. Alfa Romeo, 1 out of 10. Awful weekend for them. Williams, 5 out of 10. Decent weekends for them. AlphaTauri, I'll give them a 5 out of 10. Yep. So that's pretty much all the teams covered. We move on to Silverstone. Back-to-back races at Silverstone in a couple of weeks' time. Looking forward to that one. It's going to be very strange to have the fans at Silverstone. That is one of the best tracks for fans, so it really is going to be strange in these unprecedented times. But, you know, at the moment, it is what it is. But when the fans come back to F1, it really will be a relief. But Mercedes dominates. Red Bull, well done for getting Max Verstappen's car repaired. Ferrari to be lapped by a Mercedes. You can tell how much serious work they've got to do on that car. Bye-bye.